Good morning, everybody. Blackhawk Jones here with the Carefree Camper Company. It is a beautiful morning out here in the desert, and we have one awesome van tour for you guys. This thing has been a long time coming. There's a couple hurdles with it, a couple roadblocks, but we were able to get to the finish line and finish this thing out pretty dang awesome. So without further ado, let's go check out Big Blue. So this thing is a 2022 Ford Transit 148 extended body, high roof. This is the biggest Ford Transit you can get, and the cool option, all-wheel drive. So this thing is going to be able to take you places that most other vans can't. We got this thing earlier this year. This came from an awesome couple from San Fran, and they really put their own touches on it, and they really put us to the test with making this van truly custom for them. And I think we're able to nail almost every aspect of that. With that, guys, this is the XLT Ford Transit, so she's got the upgraded features, automatic lights, the lane detection, upgraded interior, all that good stuff. It's also got a power step, which is pretty awesome, as well as the door is power. So it's pretty cool just to touch that handle, opens on its own. Looking up on the roof, we have our awesome Fiamma F45 awning. We love putting those things on everything, that and the 80. They just work really good. They're sleek, they're good looking, and you know, they help protect you from that sun or the rain on those days that you still want to be outside the van, but the weather is just not allowing you to. Looking up on top there with the roof rack, that is actually something that we are in the R&D phases with. We are actually designing and building that. It's going to be a modular roof rack so that it can fit on multiple things with just different mounting brackets, as well as we got to put the 52-inch light bar up front. You got to be able to light up your campsite, and it gives it that little bit of off-roady look. As well as up top there, we got 4 100-watt Renogy solar panels. They're in the new black color, so you can't even see them. That's pretty awesome. And then there's 2 max air fans. Got to get that ventilation. Besides that, we got a couple things on the back to show you. Back of the van, we got a ladder, rear door ladder. Didn't put it on the side of the van just so that didn't have anything else protruding off the side. And then always got to have that hexagon on there to show that they're being carefree. And then the only real thing on the driver's side, guys, is the utilities. Back here we got the shore power plug. One thing that I've noticed after servicing quite a bit of custom built camper vans, make sure, guys, whatever builder you're going with across the nation, they are putting the power and the water hookup, if you have an external one, on the driver's side. The reason so is if you ever go to an RV park, 95% of the time they're always going to be on that back driver's side corner. I've seen them up front, I've seen them on the passenger side. It's just nice because that way if you ever do stay at an RV park or have to, you know, rent it out and stuff like that, a little more easy to hook it up when you get to the park. A couple other things that we do is we got our gray water hookup. That's going to be on a quick disconnect for a garden hose. So that is actually just hooked up to the shower. This van does not have a external gray water tank. Reason so is they're going to be doing a lot of 4-season stuff, skiing, cold weather things. They don't want to run the chance of having to completely drain the system or something freezing up. So with that, we have a 7-gallon gray tank under the sink. And then on this side, we have that hookup so they can actually just take a shower. It runs out underneath the van, or let's say they are in an RV park and they just can't be dumping water right into their spot. They can hook up a hose to it, run it off into the grass, water the grass. They're using biodegradable soaps, nothing to worry about like a gray tank. And then you can't see it because we hide it pretty well. We have the exhaust for the gas Webasto heater. Love those things. Not having to do an auxiliary fuel tank. The thing's plumbed right into the van's fuel tank and it works like a charm. And with that, guys, like I said before, it's an XLT, so you're gonna notice the fog lights, you're gonna notice the upgraded grille, and then you can take a look at that awesome roof rack up there and that 52-inch light bar. Okay, enough of the boring outside, guys. I know why everybody's here. Come take a look. This is one of my favorite vans we've done so far, and I think you're gonna enjoy it too. What can I say, guys? This is an amazing van build. So first thing you're going to notice, I was a little skeptical at first, but they really tied it all together with this color, is this bubble turquoise. That's the true name of it. It's by Bear, so if you guys want to go paint your van this color, go right ahead. I love it. So the customers came to us with this. They're like, hey, we want this color. I was really skeptical at first. Haven't seen anything on the internet painted like it. So I was like, well, we're either gonna be setting the bar here or we're gonna be repainting the thing. But oh my God, it has really made the van truly its own. I think it goes really well with the outside color. A couple other things they used to kind of incorporate the color into a beach theme was they also chose these really nice blush pink curtains. That was another thing I was like, oh God, how's this gonna turn out? And oh my God, it just adds another level to the van that makes it so unique. It's awesome. The other thing is you can tell we did some tile backsplash. With that, they picked out that scallop design. The beach bungalow, you know, way oceanside type themes going on here. Everything's just tying in so well together, and the guys in the shop really knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. So let's talk about this real quick, guys. We got the double swivel seats. We got the XLT front. So this is a 2022. You got your upgraded interior. I used to have a 2016 Transit. That was one of my biggest complaints about, the only complaint really about the Transit, was the cargo van interior and just how it felt, and it was a work truck. I think Ford's really caught on, and the upgraded interiors of this thing really make them feel like a luxury motorhome. We got the 7.5-inch display with the nav, Apple CarPlay, all that good stuff. Another thing, guys, that I've noticed dealing with a lot of people and a lot of newer vans coming in lately is make sure coming from Ford, you're getting this overhead shelf. It's gonna be an extra like $250, but it's gonna be totally worth it. So if we ever need to build off of it for an overhead cabinet, and or it just gives you plenty of storage, gives you a nicer place for the visors, they sit better, as well as like the light bar up there. This is where we like to put a lot of the controls for auxiliary lighting and stuff on the outside, because it's nice and accessible for both people. As one person's driving, the other person can turn lights on, but it's nice to have this little overhead dome-like compartment. Starting on the left side, guys, gotta love it. We always put the Tigger table in here. So what is that? So we got our flip-up countertop like always, you know, looks good, extends the countertop out. We make sure that we're matching. And then underneath here, we have our Tigger table bracket. So this is designed in-house. This is patented by us. The one thing that we got going on here is, you know, this is nice in itself, but what if I'm outside and I want a little table or something to be able to put drinks on and things like that, and I don't want to have to deal with a flip out, or the flip out's not going to work in my layout and things like that. So what we got going on is this guy slides up and down, so then now it's dropping down, so it actually acts as two things. You can have a work table, put your laptop on it, it's a nice height. We can also make this bigger, and then for the outside people, this becomes a little more usable of table space, because now it's about chest high and not head height. So the other cool thing is, let's say when you're done using this, you like it there, it can actually stow away in that position, good to go. If you guys are interested, you can actually check out our website. The link is down below for that exact same table mount. And we even got a cool install video to help you install it on your van. Or if you guys come all the way to Wickenburg, Arizona to see us, we'll install it for free. Did a little switcheroo there. We're still on the passenger side of the van, still on the kitchen side. We got our awesome matte black faucet. The color schemes they went with really go well together. You got your white and your blacks, as well as your pops of color. Like always, guys, we got our 1.5-inch thick butcher block countertop. They chose the blonde color. I think that was a great thing. I think there's enough colors going on here where the neutral color of the butcher block really goes well with everything. We always got to have the sink cover. This one we did a little different. We put a nice round curve on that for the handle. Really goes well with the aesthetics and the backsplash, I think. With that, we got the black stainless steel sink, super deep, 10 inches. That's one thing, guys, when you guys are building your own van or having it built out by a professional, make sure that you're getting that nice deep sink. I've seen some really useless sinks that are like 5 inches deep. You're not gonna be able to store a lot of dishes in there when you don't wanna do them. And there's gonna be days you're not gonna wanna do your dishes. But we got that black on black. Really goes well with the blonde countertop. And then beyond that, we got an extra 3 feet of countertop space. So they got a lot of prep area, be able to cook, all that good stuff. So guys, you're gonna notice this handle right in front of the sink. You're gonna wonder what's going on. Is that aesthetics? Why is that there? There can't be a drawer there, the sink's there. Well, actually, we got a nice tip out. With that, guys, down below we got our 7-gallon gray tank. We actually have a Y valve on there, so you can choose either to dump it into the tank, or let's say if you're out in nature using those biodegradable soaps, you can actually dump it below the van. That way you're not filling up the gray tank, having to take it out, empty it anyways. Kind of makes it a little more easier. As well as next to it is the 12-volt water heater. You did hear me right, 12-volt water heater. It's actually the Bosch 4-gallon water heater that we put in there. And then in-house, we actually have a conversion kit that we're coming out with. Specifically right now, it's only going into our converted vans for testing. But make sure you watch the website, guys. We're gonna have that conversion kit. So maybe if you have that Bosch water heater in your van and that thing's sucking up a lot of power, we're gonna be able to fix that with our 12-volt conversion kit. That way you can leave the thing on all day, have hot water on tap, and not have to worry about your power system getting drained down. Next to that, we got our swing door fridge, lots of storage, 12 volt as well, so it's going to be nice and easy on the power system. And then over here we got drawers, and more cabinet doors over here. Coming back up front, guys, we have our nice seating area with our lagoon table. Got to have the lagoon table. Makes the seating area completely useful, as well as this is acting now as a second source of countertop space. So if they're running out of prep space, if they're cooking, they just need more place to sit stuff down. You know, they got their nice lagoon table here, as well as we got a nice, I believe it's almost a 42-inch bench. So you're gonna be able to sit 2 people comfortably. So seating for 4 in this guy. And then in there, you're gonna notice the vent for the heater. That's where we place the Webasto in there. That way it's out of the way. It's not back in there. Under the front seat's good. Other problem is if you gotta go to Thermo King or another servicing place, they're gonna have issues trying to get to that thing. Here, they can just plug into it, read the codes, get it serviced, get you on your way. Take a look at that bubble turquoise. I can't believe, you know, we were able to paint a van that color. It's pretty amazing. And guys, you could see it when you came in here, but let's talk about it a little bit. Yep, we have a full-size shower going on in here. So first of all, the big eye-catching thing is this marble tile. This is a waterproof vinyl tile that is specifically made for backsplashes and showers. We love using this stuff. It's lightweight, it's really durable, it's waterproof, and you're not gonna have issues with cracking grout lines and stuff like that down the road if you're not using the proper bed. You're not using thin set, you're using adhesive if you're placing tiles in a van. It's a large format tile, so you don't got a bunch of lines going on in here. As well as we made sure we continued into here kind of the black theme of everything. So we got our black faucet in the kitchen. We made sure that we have our black handles and shower head in here, as well as we got this really cool black shower curtain. So then with this, guys, what's going on is this comes out and then it's giving you that extra space up top there. The van walls are kind of concave, so in a shower it gets a little narrow up at top, but with that, this is actually bringing the shower curtain out, so people with big shoulders or bigger people just in general have a little more space up there. They can soap up and not have to be smashing into that shower curtain so much. And then when you're done with it, it actually just folds right back into the shower. Down below, you're going to notice the toilet in there. We got a dry flush toilet that was specific for the customers. They wanted that, so we were able to fit that. This is the first time I've actually ever installed one of these in here, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the size and how it fits. It actually fits really nice, and it looks good. It almost looks like a residential style toilet. Over here, guys, we got the big cabinet door in there. We got a hanging closet rod, that way they can hang some clothes, as well as you're going to be able to gain access to your shower handles, and then we got all the wiring that is for the utilities on the backside. That's one thing, guys. I've been talking with a lot of people, doing a lot of consulting lately, and make sure that you have all the access to be able to service everything in your van. If you're hiding it behind the walls, if you're making connections behind the walls, that's just asking for problems. It's okay to be running long runs of wire or even solid pieces of pipe behind the walls, but don't be making connection points back there, guys, because if you're ever going to have to fix those things, it's going to be a hell of a time to get to them. So with our builds, everything's ran through the cabinets and making sure that all the connection points are visible and easy to get to. More storage. We got another drawer in here. Right now we got all the parts for the dry flush toilet for the customer, and then down here just more storage. So it's going to be a little bit hard to see. I'll try and get out of the way, But you guys are probably wondering what's going on with the mini jail cell underneath the bed. Well, that's for when the husband, you know, gets out of hand a little bit. That's where he's going to be sleeping down there. No, actually that is for their 2 dogs. So this is one thing that they custom put into the van that they came with us. They have a couple big French bulldogs, I believe. And with that, they wanted their own space that they could put them, they could separate them, or if they're leaving the van, they can put them there and make sure that they're safe, put away in there. So we just didn't want to do any kind of boring metal kennel, you know, cookie cutter, I should say. So the guys really knocked it out. We have this really awesome custom sliding door. And then that will take you right in there. It's actually really roomy. It's 24 inches by 48, so both dogs should be able to fit in there with their beds, with water bowls, all that good stuff, and be comfortable. With that, you got your full-size memory foam mattress. And then coming up top here, guys, you're gonna see we got some upper cabinets, so we got plenty of storage. Everything's mag locked, gas struts. Everything's looking really good. And then you're gonna notice, what, Blackhawk, what's going on up here? That looks ugly. Well, don't worry, we thought about that. Well, look at that, it's an LED strip. So, and it's color match. You can even have a color match. So, in there, a remote just sticks with a little piece of Velcro. And now they got some accent lighting. Turn that off. Pretty amazing, guys. Massive upper storage, clothes, all that good stuff. One thing that you're gonna notice is, where are the outlets? Oh no, we forgot the outlets in the van. That's one thing that we like to do, guys. We like to make those kind of inconspicuous and hide them. You only got so much square footage in these things, and we try and make them aesthetically pleasing as possible. And one thing that I hate is staring at a big, fat, ugly outlet. But you gotta have enough of them so it's nice and convenient. There they are. So we actually stick them up underneath the upper cabinets. So we got our 120 volt and we got our 12 volt and socket plug, as well as we have all of our light switches up here. Nothing's cluttering up this really nice backsplash, and everything is accessible in the upper cabinets. So the other thing you're gonna notice is the bench area. There's not a single outlet on the side of the bench. There is. That way it's hidden, but easily accessible for the front 2 seats and the bench people. Other thing you're gonna notice, guys, is we got another outlet way over there by the bed. We do that, we like to place outlets on both sides of the bed because we never know how people are gonna sleep. I like to tell people you're gonna sleep on with the head on the driver's side, because if you ever sleep on a road or something like that, it will be with the crown and you'll have your head up. But you never know what people are gonna do, so we try and make it useful for everybody. Also, you're gonna look up at the ceiling. We got our beautiful white shiplap ceilings. The guys really knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. So we got our recessed lighting, we got our max air fans, but the thing that I love on these Ford Transits is the curve of the roof. So we are able to bend our ceiling boards to be able to follow the curvature of the roof, and it really starts looking like a sailboat in here. On this back wall here, guys, you're gonna see the switch panel. That's gonna be the controller for the heater, the inverter switch, and more outlets. We like to hide that back there. It's easily accessible, but also back there, you're not gonna, you know, it's not taken away, having it on the side of the cabinet, stuff like that, as well as you can monitor it in bed and not have to get up to make sure you have battery power. And or you wake up in the morning, it's 60 degrees in the van, or 40, it's freezing cold, you can turn the heater on, still lay in bed, be cozy under the blanket. So make sure you're placing those controls where they're easily accessible, as well as where you're gonna need them the most. But come take a look in the back, guys. It's pretty amazing. So guys, we are in the back of the van now, in the garage space underneath the bed. One thing you'll notice is we like our beds extra thin. No comfort here for us. We actually just didn't throw the mattress in, or we didn't have time to cut it. But the mattress is getting custom fit right now for the bed space. That way there's no pockets or gaps or anything like that. Down here, guys, is the kind of utility garage space. Let's take a look. On the right side here, you're gonna see we got some stuff going on. So we have 3 lithium batteries. These are the smart batteries from Renogy. They make a really great product. We love it. Up top here, this massive thing, this is the 3000 watt inverter charger. So with that, guys, they're gonna be able to power the induction cooktop that they're cooking with, Instapot, Vitamix, hair dryer, all those good things, and multiple items at once. Make sure your size and your inverter's right for your electrical needs. Up top there, guys, you're gonna see the 40 amp DC to DC charger. That's pulling power from the vehicle's alternator and charging the camper batteries while you're driving. Back there as well, guys, you're gonna see we got the Renergy Rover charge controller. That thing's pulling in the 400 watts of solar up top and throwing it in the batteries. Shout out to Marco, our electrical guy, for wiring this thing up. It looks pretty amazing, nice and clean. All the wires are easily accessible and all the connections are nice and tight. We don't have a fire hazard on our hands. Coming on to the left side, guys, we try and make sure that we can keep as much usable garage space as possible, but also making sure that the people are able to get and service things. So we got our 40-gallon water tank all nice and strapped down, ready to go. You're gonna see over here on the right side, we got our water pump and accumulator. The accumulator is just a little pressure tank, so you can actually get about 3 or 4 cups of water without having to turn the tank on, which is super nice. That way, if you gotta fill up a glass or just quickly wash your hands, you're not having to turn the pump on, wake up somebody, or just, you know, have to use the, keep the longevity and the life of the pump up. A couple other things that you'll see back here, guys. This little rod here, this is actually for the Fiamma awning. We like mounting them back here. That way they're easily accessible and they're up and out of the way and not just thrown in the back here. Other thing that we got going on, this is the water fill sent to us by Aquor. It actually has a locking nozzle that'll lock in. A couple other things you'll notice, guys, is in the back garage area here, we're always using a heavy duty rubber floor, single sheet, so it's nice and super easy to clean. Besides that, oh, another thing that I've noticed servicing a couple vans now that have come into our shop, make sure that you're cutting the hole out for the spare tire to get to it and be able to lower it down to the ground. There's been a couple times where really nice vans have come in and they've just put plywood right over the top of that. But just something to keep out, guys, when you're having your dream van built. Well, guys, thank you this morning for coming along with us on this awesome van tour. This thing is one of a kind, and I really believe that the customers put their heart and soul into this thing, and it really shows who they are. And I think they're gonna have a great van and house to be able to drive around and show off to people. But the sun's coming out, guys. It's heating up here down in the desert. The other thing that's heating up is your want for a van. So make sure, guys, you check out our website down below. And if there's something that we can do to help you out to get you into the world of van life or camping, please let us know. We love what we do and we love helping out people. So thank you, guys. I will see you on the next one. And remember, stay carefree.